Hello and good morning. We're going to talk about failure for a few minutes. I love this subject because failure is so essential to setting goals. Okay, if you're an entrepreneur, even if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're alive, if you're in life, if you're a human being and you're on earth today, alive, heart beating, you got to deal with failure, period. It touches all of us. Nobody's exempt. So, failure is simply when we go through a challenge or a trial and something happens and then we get this mindset that, why did this happen to me? What went wrong, right? And sometimes if we're not careful, our mindset can lead us into this kind of negativity spiral where we go down this rabbit hole of, everyone else seems to be so successful because we look at their highlights reel, which is called social media page, and we look at our bloopers reel because we see our life from an internal perspective. We know all of our shortcomings, and we say, why is everyone else progressing? Why is everyone else so much more successful than I? Why am I failing? Why am I a failure? And we're asking the wrong questions when we do that because there are no answers. It's like asking your kids, why did you do that? Why did you not put your clothes away? You're never going to get the right answer. No matter what answer they provide, it's not satisfactory. If you've got kids, you know this, right? So stop asking why on those types of things. And I'm going to give you a new way to respond, okay, in just a minute. But we've got to recognize, first of all, that failure is a normal part of life. Anyone who has achieved any level of success has failed, and quite often, successful people have failed much more than non-successful people. They fail their way to success. You may have heard that. It might be somewhat of a cliche at this point, but fail your way to success. Imagine a big mountain and you're on top, and that's the success mountain. You've arrived, you've reached your goal, you're up there. That mountain is made out of failures. Those rocks you're standing on, those boulders, those trees and dirt and all those are all failures. They were stumbling blocks or they were stepping stones, and you made stepping stones of them and achieved success. So failure, first step, number one, recognize failure is normal. In fact, I would submit to you, if you are not failing at things periodically, it means you're not trying new things hard enough and fast enough. You got to try harder and faster, but fail fast, be done with it, get on with it, learn, grow, step up, and move ahead. Then fail again and learn fast, and sometimes you don't fail. Sometimes you crush it, you kill it. But the times that you do fail, you can turn those into stepping stones. So failure comes from this, I think, when we're kids and we go to school and we get these tests, right, a multiple choice or whatever, and we're taught all through school that failure is bad. And in that sense, yeah, you don't want to be failing your tests because you're not studying well, you're not learning, you're not progressing. But I think as young kids, we don't differentiate. We get that in our mindset that failure is bad, and that's as far as the lesson goes. We don't get out and say, you know what, failure is actually good in other areas. Failure is bad when you're taking a test. Failure can be good when you are on the road to achievement and success and business and goals and life, which is, 95% of the rest of your life. So as a kid, you take this principle that you learn in this one area because you get an F at the top of your page and everybody says you're bad, and your parents, you get punished and you don't get this, and you have to get grounded, and you have to extra homework, and you get a tutor, and you give up your weekends and all these things, right? And you learn failure's bad. Well, in life, outside of the school setting, if you can imagine a stick, on one end is success and the other end of the stick is failure, same stick. Failure is normal. Failure is a part of the journey. So once you realize that, it's not so bad. It's easier to give yourself permission to be okay with things along the way and go, I recognize that. Somebody told me that was going to happen, and it did. It's normal. It's part of the journey. There you go. So if it happens, though, how do you avoid getting discouraged? Well, this is what I recommend. Here's my one tip for not letting failure get the best of you. Instead of emotionally reacting, instead of wondering why you're so awful and why you're so unqualified and why you're so terrible, take a step back, look at the whole thing, and go like this. Huh. Interesting. Just like that. So I'll do it again. Huh. Interesting. You can even say it out loud. If you're by yourself, nobody will listen to it. If somebody's in the other room, they might wonder why you're talking to yourself, but that's okay. So something happens, you go, huh. Interesting. From there, you've set your mind in the right place because you are now curious. If something is interesting, you're curious to learn more. Well, I want to learn why this happened. I want to learn how to avoid it in the future. Because I want to take this, what could be a stumbling block, and turn it into a stepping stone so that I can keep moving up further and further toward my goal. And the first step to doing that is stepping back, get out of emotion, look at the situation and go, huh, interesting. I wonder what I need to do better. I wonder what I'm supposed to learn from this. Do that next time you fail. You won't get so discouraged. Instead, failure will become a blessing in your life. It will build you up and you'll understand what is meant when we say you achieve success. You get on the top of the mountain by stepping on the failure stones along the way. Take that, run with it, enjoy your day, make the most of your goals, and I will see you at the top of the mountain one day. Look forward to it.